No brains, like, no brains at all. Literally no brains. Hello everyone and welcome back to Frogs Hollow TV for our 2022 Christmas and season wrap, brought to you by our great partners TC Media, Rose & Sons Earth Moving, of course, Mickey Thompson Tyres, who we thank again for jumping on board this season. Joining me tonight's co-host Wheelie Rose out of the wilderness. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Just had a bit on, but yeah, good.
Busy?
Busy.
Yeah, got a bit going on. A crazy few months. We do apologise that we have not produced a show before now. It has been very hectic, but we hope you enjoy our season finale right here, right now. We'd like to acknowledge all of our amazing contributors from across the country again who supplied us with extraordinary coverage throughout 2022, including those who supplied for this episode. Without them, it doesn't go on.
Well then, mate, this don't happen, so end of the day, let's hope next year they can give us a helping hand, mate, so we can continue and we'll go from there.
And this is what the show is for. It's for the competitors, the fans, everyone that loves the sport of off-road racing, trying to get it out there as much as we can, and that's what the end goal is for sure. Now, for the final time in 2022, you can sit back and check out the highlights of a dramatic season, plus a few little snaps from our own little trips across this great country that we did quite a few miles this year. Probably not as many as we would have liked. Derek decided to roll a quad bike in just before we hit winter, but that's another story. So straight into the yearly wrap wheelie, and it all started over in the west at Paranjori in early March, and Adam Trewella took the win over there. He was a dominant win, and great people in the sport, Adam and Craig, and I know you'd like to give them a bit of a shout out.
Yeah, Adam and Craig, they sent me an engine over, and it's on its way, just a spare one for 62, and yeah, mate, them sort of blokes, when he come up to me and then she had a couple of beers and had a yarn and rang me, mate, I can't thank them enough, and just top people, eh?
And the rim code, doesn't their car sing along?
Sings, mate.
Oh, it is an impressive machine.
And a bit like me when back in the days doing brakes.
Oh.
We'll drive 500 k's to go get something. Yeah. It won't matter.
Put the engine in, and then they had dramas again on the Sunday.
The gearbox thing was.
But yeah, well done, Adam. Bowie Graham won the Rainbow Rises 240 down there in Rainbow. Good to see Bowie on the top step of the podium. With the big moments in the month of March for me was Joshy Howes taking the outright win for back-to-back titles at the Cobham Coast and George 399. Well, there, Wheelie, we spent a lot of time trackside with blown tyres and whatnot. But people have seen that. We don't have to go into that detail.
Nope.
But Josh Howes is right up there at the top. His year sort of faded away from there, but that's he'll be looking to come back strong next year.
I think he'll come back strong next year, and let's hope he does. Like, if it's either be
you need those young fellas in the sport.
It'll either be Australian Championship or he might decide to go a different way for 12 months just to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah. And also the start of the season for Brent Martin, he claimed his first outright victory down at the ARB Big Desert 480 in Rainbow. We've talked about him across the year. It gets a bit monotonous actually, but he is a stylish driver. And it was the kickstart of one of the seasons to remember for sure.
Yep,
moving
definitely.
forward. We made the trek down to Pooncarie, Wheelie, in early May, just you and I and the little Land Cruiser at the front. And we saw Ryan Taylor claim a historic maiden AORC victory, and we wanted to see that. And he just got over the line over Shane Elphinstone from the west. Just. Lucky we had our rough calculations there. Ryan Taylor, Kai Floyd. That was the moment. That was that point in time where you think, hey, Ryan Taylor can do this. And the belief sort of grew, and
it did, and it grew, and have you guess what?
He got it. At that moment, he wouldn't. I don't think he would have ever thought.
No, I don't think
round
he
two.
I think him and Kai both thought they wouldn't do it.
Maybe Kai thought. The confidence has been.
His confidence right up here if he hadn't got a hat on.
Also, Stuart Chapman, good mate of ours, claimed his first win over at Dalby.
And Dalby.
So I think that'll be one of many for young Stuart. And he kept his brother on his toes throughout the season up in Queensland. And then we moved into the month of June, the big one, Adam Truolla, controlled proceedings at Ben Cubbon. What a very unique format that was. For back-to-back wins in WA and really set the stone of where he belongs in the WA standings. And then we moved to the big Fink Desert race up there in Alice Springs, and it was Toby Price once again, back-to-back, holding off a fast-finishing Aaron James and Brent Martin. Just could not discard the man, Brent Martin, but it was Toby Price's weekend, and just really proved that he is right up there in the pinnacle.
When it comes to that sort of racing, yes.
David Chandler got his first outright victory in Australian off-road over there, the little Dong Dingalong off-road challenge, and caught a few by surprise, but hats off to Dave. He drove flawlessly.
He drove well.
A wet weekend too.
He's I'll tell you what, that car's come a long way. He's at least had a lot of dramas.
Yeah.
But he's no different to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
And you just got to slowly get through them, and when it all comes together,
look out.
Look out.
Yeah. I think he'll be strong again. And congratulations to Dave too. Yeah. I know he did win the New South Wales Motorsport Australia Championship this year. So well done to Dave and the team over there. I know Lloyd's a big factor there. Then to Toby Price again. Kaylee and I made the trip down to Hillston for the first time, and wow, what a weekend! The Griff Off-Road Club, they're like going to win you. They really know how to put it on an event, and Toby Price proved it. I did the recon with Jay Sample, flat tyres in recon. It was a punishing track, like over an hour a lap for the guys like Brent Martin, Dale Martin, and the likes. Toby Price, but yeah, what a win. He really deserved it, and that really proved to many that it's not just that foot down sort of style approach.
It wasn't over there. It was
it was
a lot of
so
tight
stuff. Yeah. Even Greg Gartner said how that man can steer around that track like that. I had a few beers with him on the Sunday night, and he was amazed. But yeah, hats off to Toby Price. And on his home soil too, he grew up in Hillston.
And it was a bloody big drive for him, and he grew up down there, and good on him, hats off to him.
And then the weekend after, Dad and I headed north to Moranbah for the Primac 100, and 16-year-old Kai Camilleri stole the show. He will be one to watch. And he's going to go around again next year in ORC in a Can-Am. But I'll tell you what, if Dad gets the cobwebs out of the wallet and buys him a bigger car, look out, I reckon, because
I reckon his old man should just leave the cobwebs in the wallet for a
little bit longer. Yeah. A good family team. I know Brett Comiskey is well and truly behind that outfit. Kai Camilleri, he's one of those guys that will really surge, I think, through the ranks in the next coming years, and he's definitely one to watch in the King Crown Championship next year.
4 years, I reckon.
Yeah. He's got the outright wins, and there's no fear for sure. Red Nut Racing, as they call themselves.
Yeah, they do.
I had the privilege of heading to Loveday only a couple of weekends after, and with the Howes Motorsport, it was a great week or so. Did come back with COVID, but all in all, it was a great weekend. I jumped in with Aaron Havey, Derek, and wow, I thought 62 was quick, but God almighty, the Element machine was an absolute blizzard off the line.
Yes, and it was actually good to them to call back through after.
Yeah, we saw them after Don River. But as good as a family team as you'll meet the Habeys, and Aaron Havey, a 12-minute victory at the Loveday 400. Great event run by Tony Waitley, Toby, Jody Veron down there. Those guys also now know how to put on a high-quality event. But it was a privilege, as I said, to be involved I also did a few laps with Comiskey that weekend, which was...
Yeah, you had a ball.
I had a ball that
weekend.
weekend.
You had a ball. Yeah. It didn't matter what you done, you had a ball.
Yeah, it was just everything. Yeah, it was just perfect weekend. Brother Carl held on for a strong win at Wanaka only a few weeks later. Brent Martin then put on a clinic at Gundawindi. We were over there, a wet and wild weekend, but he just... Yeah, that was the sort of stepping stone. Brent Martin, just the quality of that guy behind the wheel was... That was a tough race going to win.
But it was a tough race. So they waited until it dried out enough.
Yeah. Great effort from the club.
And big effort from the club. Yeah. Like I said, we were there slipping over, getting up to the broadcast. And then they took the Can-Am out, they took Bobcats out to fix creek crossings 15 minutes before the start to make sure they were right. Like, mate, hats off.
After that, I was fortunate enough to head down to Port Germain in beautiful South Australia, hosted by Ian Barker, the Mini Pave 250. And Simon Tucker drove the backside off the Southern Cross. But well, congratulations, Ian and Brendan Barker, first time putting their own event on. The club has hosted their events there before, but looking forward to getting back there hopefully in 2023. And then good friend of yours and ours, Derek, Matty Huxley, won his second Kempsey 300 over there on the East Coast at the end of August.
He
that was another good victory.
And it's a bloody good victory. And he's sorted that car out now, I think. And I think there's only bigger and better things to come. But the best thing I like about Matt, he had enough to go and stretch his legs with some big races this year. And when he did that, so it doesn't matter if he's doing the small ones, he still fits up in the top of the big ones.
Yeah. I agree. No, he's a talent. It was a busy few months to finish the season, really. Aaron Habe again showed his might in Australian off-road racing by claiming the big race in Australia, the Don River Dash up there in Bowen. He was quite brilliant up there, holding off Billy Geddes and also Kent Battle for the win. Justin Guy broke through a massive outright win here in Warrata, a fan favourite of ours, and I tell you what, we partied with him well into the night, and it was very well deserved there for Guy Racing. I know Tony had a few tears there as he crossed the line, but we were actually broken down out there, so we didn't see any of that action.
No, we didn't see that action.
All good. Also to Denny Brown, held off a firing Greg Gartner to win the Pines Enduro there at the end of September. A good result there for Denny and the team. But Brent Martin secured a second ARB Australian crown with another podium finish from the clouds again. So congratulations to Brent and Andre there. Kalgoorlie was next for us wheeling. We got on the big bird and headed west. And it will always be remembered as a weekend for Team Taylor. Emotional scenes. I mean, Bo Robinson did run away with the event for a 4th Kalgoorlie title, so congratulations to those legends. Well deserved. But all eyes were on the Taylor and Swinglehurst battle for that top gong in Australian off-road racing. And after the unfortunate exit of Jake and Kate Swinglehurst due to engine dramas, it was Ryan Taylor and Kyle Floyd who roared home in 2nd place to secure that Aussie AIC #1 plate. And I couldn't think of a more deserving champion. They have been around for over 40 years, of course, the late, great Nev Taylor, plastered across the front of the Tatum.
Yep.
I was fortunate enough, and it'll be something that I'll never, ever forget to the day I die, to be able to call Ryan home. I know firsthand the heartbreak, what they've been through, and the tragic loss of his father only a couple of years ago. But for that moment, to his mum to be there, to his brother, family, it was it was one of those moments where you actually had to pause, stop, enjoy the moment, and then just sort of get on with the evening. But well done to those legends, and yeah, I'm sure they'll be over the moon to put that #1 plate on.
They're still partying, aren't they?
Still waiting for that invite for that #1 party, but might be before March. Yeah, hats off to them. It was a cracker weekend in Kalgoorlie. Those Jeremy Beck, the guys over there,
I know it would sound silly with this side of Australia, that side, but you go away and you get true like Roy. Yeah, what you do, mate? They had a great weekend.
Shout out to Russ Cullen, called the action with him and Mr. Persick over there. It was a cracker weekend in WA.
We stayed with Russ actually.
Yeah,
it was good.
Good blokes of the sport. Now, wrapping up the season was Victorian Brent Knight claiming the 50th Tasmanian Sand Enduro. That was a very unique event. They had a pretty good field down there, but Brent Knight took the honours. And of course, just a little shout out to our good friend Kevy Knott up there in Brizzy. He went over to Mexico. I mean, a lot of people said he couldn't do it, but an inspiring Aussie performance. I didn't sleep for 3 days. Stayed up waiting for it. I only fired every mile. 830 miles of the most grueling off-road, not only off-road, but terrain in the world.
Oh, terrain.
But to do it with the likes of his son Jackson, who started and finished the event. I mean, 24 hours in between, extraordinary. To Wayne Tabe down there in South Australia, Menham, he does a lot of the work, and of course part of the Element team. And Stewie Bishop, who's done it before with Chrissy Weston back in 2013. I think they went over and did it. So huge effort. I don't think, obviously people in off-road, but Australians in general that might see it on Facebook, they don't understand the complexity, the logistical nightmare that this event holds. But to go over there, to do it just with it was a small team, but a team that knew he could do it, and that's what you need, that belief. He got there just over 29 hours. I had goosebumps. I was at work when he crossed the line. To see that Aussie spirit, get on the roof and just, I mean, I just texted, said, get up the tequila, mate, because you deserve it.
And I'll tell you what, it was good.
Yeah.
I watched a bit of it anyway. Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Hey guys, I'm Kevy Knott from Australia. We've shipped the car over from Australia in Queensland over to this year's 55th Baja 1000. Car number 178, Element Prodigy buggy built in Australia.
I feel nervous. It's going to be a fun experience. It's all a big adventure for me, and my dad had the dream to race the Baja 1000, and I wanted to navigate with him.
lot rougher. We've got a lot more condensed, a lot more technical. It's going to be really physically and challenging for Kevy.
Awesome, man. We're going pretty good now. We sorted that fuel filter out, so we've got power and
I'm feeling good, a bit nervous. Can't wait to get in the car and then we can go fast. Can't wait. Bring on Baja.
It certainly was a frantic 2022 off-road season in Australia, and you can now see how more of it unfolded right here. Wow, what a season. So many highs, so many lows. Congratulations to all those who claimed the championship victories across Australia. And to those that didn't, better luck next time, but I'm sure you had an absolute ball doing it. And that's what it's all about, really.
That's what it's all about, mate. Having a ball and having fun. And like I've told you many times, when the phone goes, get out.
Time to step away. With the year quickly drawing to a close, Wheelie, what was the standout moment for you in 2022?
Yeah, well, standout moment for me was Ryan and Kai. Like, that's not being rude, you can't not say that. And believe it or not, I actually went down to the New South Wales presentation dinner, and Lucky Matu's got put in the Hall of Fame, and he's 80,
82.
82 or 83, whatever. Anyhow, that might be wrong, but he actually got put in the Hall of Fame, and it was a big night for him, and
Magic.
he had no idea, and I'll tell you, it brought tears to a lot of people's eyes down there, and then there was some, like Scoot and all them, and bloody, they all had a bit of a yarn, and how they got in. A great man, mate.
Luciano Matusi, one of the greats of not only New South Wales but Australian off-road.
Yeah, he is.
And he'll be sorely missed when the time comes that he puts the helmet aside, but like everyone. For me, Brent Martin's dominance is a standout across 2022. 5 races, 2 wins, 3 thirds. Obviously, he won the Australian ARB Championship. Ryan Taylor, thoroughly deserved the ORC #1. Also, Aaron Hady for the Don River Dash victory. I mean, that was huge for him to go up there. First, it's so different to what he's used to down there, but to go up there and put the North Queenslanders to bed, as you say, with the element, it was very impressive.
Very impressive. He even said
he enjoyed it.
A lot of water too, but
yeah, it was. Moving on, Wheelie. Who was your biggest surprise in 2022?
Well, my biggest surprise was Jack Wright. I know he's won Dodney along, I don't know, million times, but he won Warrior Elder from the lead. He took the lead, he won Prologue, and I think guess what? He won the big wheels top 11, and I think we got 7th or whatever it was in it, but we actually got to have a run in it, and it was good. That's my surprise, mate. And I actually hope that he actually steps to the challenge now and goes and does a couple of big races because
he's got it.
He has to, because he'll learn. It's like Matt, Dave, all of them, they've all stepped away from a little bit of the short stuff and gone, mate, how do you have a fat time?
Yeah. Stretch the leg, that's a good car though.
It is, stretch the leg.
And my biggest surprise of 22 was the man himself, James Cook. He didn't just find Australia, but he's just absolutely nailed the side-by-side King Chrome Australian Championships. He missed the first round at St George. He caught up with the championship bandwagon down at Pooncarie, and he just went from strength to strength. He won the last 2 rounds at Rainbow and Kalgoorlie. He had 3 other third-place finishes, and he is the 2022 King Chrome side-by-side Australian Championship. The scenes were raw at Kalgoorlie. I saw him firsthand, the emotion. He wanted to do it. Big thing. It's a huge effort just to compete in the Australian Championship. But to get there, to win that title, he's a legend bloke too.
Top bloke,
and I hope to see him around for many years to come.
Yep.
And one last thing, really, the biggest drive of the year for you, who was that?
Oh, I even Toby Price.
Yeah.
And that was my mate. What he done over to Hillston,
like
I know he's a big time. I understand that. And a lot of people say, but that proved that
that was not a think track.
It wasn't a think track, and he done it in the tight stuff, and it just goes to show that he actually can drive.
Yeah.
It's not I know he's got the car to do it.
Yeah.
But you still got to steer it.
Yeah. I agree. For me, the big drive was Brent Martin at Hillston also, from 32nd outright after day 1, into 3rd position on a track like that, so gnarly. The confidence in that Jimco is sky high, and hats off to Brent, Andre De Simone, for that performance. I was lucky enough to call the race, and to see him come home in 3rd was mind-blowing, but he got the job done. And also the young Kai Camilleri, one of our favourites. He let the dog off the chain up there at Moranbah. It was so resemblant of Kai Floyd 12 months prior that it wasn't even funny. So Kai, look out, because young Kai's coming for you.
Not being rude, he's coming for you. I know Kai, he's going to a big car.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, when he gets a big car, Kai's going down.
Look out. And just one more wheelie, an early prediction for the 2023 off-road season.
I know he hasn't done much and he's still doing a bit of testing. I actually reckon Shannon Wrench will he'll be back, bigger and better.
Oh, I see.
He'll sort the car out, and I reckon he'll win one, and then he'll just take off. Yeah. Take off like a jet, mate.
So you're going that Shannon Wrench will win his 10th Australian off-road title.
10th Australian.
Yep. Good call. Pretty safe call. Odds of that you wouldn't get too much.
No, odds of that not too bad. But if he can get he blew a turbo, which is something so stupid. Yeah. But the car,
he was right there again this year.
Yes, and if he can get it sorted, I'm sorry, that's my prediction. I just got this thing about him. He's just he's going to be there.
Yeah. And mine is a bit left field, but I'm going to call young Stewie Chapman.
Oh, Stewie.
Is going to win an ARB Australian Off-Road Championship round in 2023.
Outright.
I'm not going to call it which one, but I reckon Stewie Chapman could be at the top podium step at an ARB Australian Off-Road Championship round next year. So
I'll tell you what,
there's a big
I'll
prediction.
give you that one.
Yeah, good call.
I'll give you that call
Yeah.
because the brothers there right at his
They'll be
heels,
pushing each other.
but they'll push each
Because I
other.
know they're doing the 4 rounds next year.
What I like is how they get on so well as brothers.
Yeah.
You go up there and I get the car dynoed, but they just
They're a
they get
team.
on. They're a team, but they're a team with everything.
Let me call it. I want to go Hillston. Hillston in July next year. Stewie Chapman wins
Oh, yeah?
outright. There you go. That's the
I'll
sort of
tell you
track.
what, I'll put a card of beer on that one with you.
Right. All good. So before we finish off tonight, Will, any last words for all our people watching on and people you'd like to thank?
No, I'd like to thank everyone that's been a part of it this year, and there has been a lot. I want to thank the people who actually helped us out, not just with the show, but with the car as well, and a heap other, and then people know what we're talking about. And mate, let's just see what 2023 brings, and let's do it.
Yeah, it's been a magic season. As we close tonight, we'd just like to give our condolences to those in the off-road family who've lost loved ones throughout 2022. Just know our thoughts are with you all.
Always.
Also, we'd like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a happy and safe New Year. The 2023 race season is fast approaching, Wheelie, so you better get your hands off the backside and get into 62.
How about you get 62 stripped and I'll think about it.
Because Warrior was a few weeks ago and it has not been touched since then.
I've had a bit on.
Oh, a bit of love. So thanks again to everyone for the continued support in 2022. We'll be sure to bring you some more of our great action across Australian off-road next year. Thanks to Mickey Thompson and everyone that supports the show. We love you all. So for now, have a good
Cheers
Christmas. Cheerio.
You're out.